You know that feeling, right? You're standing in the grocery aisle holding two dark chocolate bars. You end up picking the more expensive one, thinking, hey, this is for my health. You're paying that premium for all those amazing benefits of the cacao bean. But what if I told you that most of the time you're not actually getting what you paid for?
So let's get right into it. Is that pricey chocolate bar you bought a real whole food? Or is it something else? Something that's been kind of pieced together in a factory, almost like a Frankenstein food. It sounds dramatic, I know, but it's a really important question.
And the whole secret really boils down to this one thing: the difference between a whole food and a reconstructed one. It might sound a little technical, but trust me, this is the key to unlocking everything about the chocolate you're buying.
Okay, so on one hand, you've got whole food chocolate. Super simple. It's just the whole cacao bean, with all its natural fats and solids ground up together. But on the other hand, you have reconstructed food. This is where things get interesting. It's where those parts are taken apart and then put back together. So you have to ask, why would anyone even bother to do that? Well, that question leads us straight to a pretty big industrial secret. We're going to pull back the curtain and unmask the process that takes that perfect, simple bean and turns it into something much more complicated and often a lot less nutritious.
This quote really just hits the nail on the head. Most of what's out there has been Frankenstein-ed. It's not a natural process. It's basically an assembly line. And it all happens in 3 main steps.
So first, they take the bean and press it hard. This separates the really valuable fat, the cocoa butter, from the solids, which then become cocoa powder. Then comes step 2, the big switcheroo. That amazing premium raw cocoa butter, it often gets sold off for a huge profit to the cosmetics industry. Yep, it's the stuff that makes high-end lotions and creams feel so silky and smooth. So what's left for your chocolate? Well, in step 3, they take that leftover powder and mix it back in, but with a cheaper, lower quality fat.
And right there, that's the trap. This fat they add back in is almost always refined and deodorized. What does that mean? It means it's been blasted with heat and even bleached with clay. It is a world away from that pure, raw butter that was originally in the bean.
Okay, so what's the big deal? Why does this industrial shortcut actually matter to you and your health? Well, it all comes down to something called the natural matrix.